Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going over Fortnite skins that should have been tier 100. And I got this video from Big Jonesy Gaming, so if you guys want to go check out his video, make sure to go in the link in the description and go watch it. Drop a sub to him because I did take this video idea from him. I didn't end up watching his video, but I'll probably watch it after this. But I really thought this was an interesting video idea because in hindsight, a lot of skins should have been different. So I can understand at the time why some of these skins they thought would have been the best tier 100, but in reality, they just weren't. If you guys could, make sure to drop a sub and use my code COBESMIND. We're gonna start at Chapter 1, Season 2. So in Chapter 1, Season 2, I believe that, yeah, they shouldn't have changed it. The Black Knight was the perfect skin for the tier 100, or I guess in this case, the tier 70. But in Chapter 1, Season 3, we had the Reaper. And I feel like this spot should have been given up to the Dark Voyager. This season was based around astronauts. If you guys didn't remember, we had the Moonwalker and the Mission Specialist. And besides those two, we had the Dark Voyager. And when I saw this, I felt like this was the final level boss version astronaut skin. And it not being tier 100, but instead we get some random movie character reskin, it just really didn't make sense to me. And during the time, the Dark Voyager was the most memorable skin. It was the most used skin. I guess you guys could make the case that the Reaper was different than most of the Battle Pass skins. But I feel like if Epic Games is going to make 3 different skins of the same theme, then one of those should be the best, and it should also be tier 100. If they're going to try to follow a theme, then follow it, and they didn't do that here. In Chapter 1, Season 4, I think the Omega was the best choice, even though I don't really care for it. In Chapter 1, Season 5, I also believe the Ragnarok was the best choice for tier 100. It's sort of odd because in Chapter 1, Season 6, we have the Dire, which I actually like a lot more than the previous 2 I just mentioned, like a lot more. But I believe the Spider Knight, even as much as I love the Dire, and I believe it's a great skin, I think the Spider Knight embodies what a tier 100 should be. If they had plainer edit styles starting out with the Spider Knight and you progress to the final stage, the regular Spider Knight as we know him now, I think people would have loved it and they would have seen the Spider Knight as a memorable tier 100 skin. I think this skin is memorable enough. If you think of Fortnite and you think of legendary skins, Spider Knight might come to mind. I think it has the look of what I am looking for a tier 100 skin. It's something unique, it's something different, and I also think that this has the look a tier 100 skin should have, maybe unlike the Dire. And I also think it follows the theme of this season decently well. I did want to mention Shogun as an honorable mention, but I don't think he fits the Season 6 theme like the Spider Knight does, well, at least to me. In Chapter 1, Season 7, we got the Ice King, but actually, I believe the Slushy Soldier should take his place. This season to me was just a fun, lighthearted winter-themed season. The Ice King does not represent that. Yes, winter-themed Ice King. It matches up. But without the name the Ice King, let's just give him a name King. Let's just say that his name was King. You wouldn't be able to tell it was winter themed, and I feel like them just slapping the name on Ice King on any random skin doesn't mean that it's winter themed. Slushy Soldier, on the other hand, is a fun and again a light-hearted skin, like I feel like maybe half the skins this season were. And again, it fits that winter theme without having to have the name winter in it. In Chapter 1, Season 8, we had the Lux. And even if I love a skin on this list like I did with the Dire, the Lux is my favorite tier 100 skin, but I don't think it deserves that tier 100 spot. As you guys know, I love the Lux, and I think people do as well. but they have a slanted opinion on her because they believe she's undeserving of that tier 100 spot. So for that reason, I don't believe she should be tier 100, and I think Hybrid would have been the perfect fit. He's such a diverse skin, and I feel like that's a perfect fit for tier 100. He has a very wild and crazy dragon style, but for those people who want a basic skin, well, you can get it here as well. And for all the sweaty players out there, the very basic ninja design is perfect. So I think this skin ticks all the boxes for me. His wild style fits as a tier 100, and I also think his basic style would fit as a tier 100 just standing alone. In Chapter 1, Season 9, we had the Vendetta. I think we can all agree this battle pass was forgettable. Off the top of your head, name 3 skins from this season. Well, I don't think you could, but the Tempest comes to mind for me. The Tempest just is simply way better than the Vendetta. I think the Vendetta is decent, but just like the Lux, it's a little bit too simple and plain, and again, forgettable to be tier 100. I just think the Tempest might actually be used a little bit more, and with that tier 100 status, I think people like that. Vendetta will never be used again. Nobody uses that skin. I've never seen it before. In Chapter 1, Season X or Season 10, we had the Ultimate Knight, and I feel like that was the perfect fit for this season. Nothing else could take its place. In Chapter 2, Season 1, guys, the Fusion, I mean, come on. This is such a boring skin. I hate it, but the 8-Ball versus Scratch, yeah, that's where it's at. If they wanted to go with a more simple, sweaty skin like the Fusion or like the 8-Ball versus Scratch, well, we know who wins. The 8-Ball versus Scratch, even without that corrupted style, which we will talk about in a bit, is way better than the Fusion. The corrupted style, well, you had to hit a level threshold, which I actually really like for a tier 100 skin. Not only do you have to unlock that tier 100 skin, well, you actually have to grind afterwards in order to unlock another secret style. I think this is easily better than the Fusion, and the Fusion is just laughable. It's embarrassing. In Chapter 2, Season 2, we had the Midas, but guys, you already know, the Golden Peely or the Agent Peely should have taken his place. I don't think Epic Games realized how hard the grind was, how difficult they made it this season. Everyone completely forgot about every skin this season except for one, the Agent Peely. This skin easily should have been tier 100. The gold edit style is the only reason. Yes, it was a reskin. I don't care. When I think of Fortnite, I think of this skin, and I feel like a lot of people probably do as well. This skin is probably the most infamous in Fortnite, and I think it will remain one of the most infamous skins ever created before. In Chapter 2, Season 3, we had the Eternal Night, but the only thing I have to say, guys, take away the Fade. If you guys didn't know, Epic Games added 2 tier 100 skins this season. I don't know why, but they did. The Fade was just basically the Fusion, but a little bit better. But guys, if you're making a tier 100 skin, to me and a lot of other people in this community, it has to be somewhat special. And adding more and more tier 100 skins per one season doesn't make it more special. It devalues every other skin that season as a tier 100. I'm glad they never did this again, and I believe they never will. And then guys, in Chapter 2, Season 4, we had Tony Stark, and in Chapter 2, Season 5, we had the Mandalorian. Some people think the Menace is the tier 100 skin this season. I just don't agree. I think the Mandalorian's tier 1 and tier 100. Regardless if it's the Mandalorian or the Menace, I think either of those are perfect matches for this season. But to be honest, guys, I don't care. I don't care about any other season tier 100 skin past Chapter 2, Season 3. Everything from now now on is just an ad. It sucks. I don't want it. Who wants this? I might go a little bit more in depth with this in another video, but for now, guys, yeah, that's gonna do it. Well, guys, tell me what you thought about today's video. Do you agree with my opinions here? Do you think I'm just totally off base? I will say one final thing. I think Epic Games has done a decent job picking tier 100 skins. For some of these, I was just nitpicking, but I feel like everything on the list, I would have liked to see a little bit more, again, in hindsight, than the tier 100 skin in whatever season I was talking about. But that's gonna do it, guys. I really hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. And by the way, use my code COBESMIND. All right, that's it. Bye, guys.